How's it going, everybody? Sunday Bible study. Start off a New Living. From now on, families will be split apart. 3 in favor of me, 2 against, 2 in favor, and 3 against. Father will be divided against son, son against father, mother against daughter, daughter against mother, and mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. Then Jesus turned to the crowd and said, when you see the clouds beginning to form in the west, you say, here comes a shower. You are right. When the south wind blows, you say, today will be a scorcher. And it is. You fools. You know how to interpret the weather, but the signs of the earth and the sky, but you don't know how to interpret the present times. And of course, God knows that. That's a spiritual calling that has to take place. Why can't you decide for yourselves what is right? When you're on your way to court with your accuser, try to settle the matter before you get there. Otherwise, your accuser will drag you before the judge, who will hand you over to an officer and will throw you into prison. And if that happens, you won't be free again until you have paid very last penny. So very basic and watered down in the New Living. I want to read this here because it appears it's talking about at the time of the abomination of desolation. But I have a baptism to be baptized with. Suppose I come to get peace on earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. I have to change it back so I can load the YouTube video. I know what the parameters are on the subject and so forth. I mean, on the title, it's always the Bible verses. So from henceforth there shall be 5 in one household, or from henceforth there shall be 5 in one household divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son against the father, the mother against the daughter against the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. Same as what was stated. And he said also to the people, when you see the cloud rise out of the west straightway, ye say, there cometh a shower. Okay, so it's not talking about the end times. It's just talking about division in a household. And the math is not split the way that verse read, because you have the narrow way and the broad way. So that's not the majority in one household and half, basically half and half either way. Half the earth are sheep. No. So don't look at it from that standpoint. All right, we're going to continue on in Daniel 10. And in the 24 days of the first month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hiddekel, then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded. Now, let God be true and every man of fire. Everything in green, I will tell you, is Jesus, and everything in blue is of an angel, separate. You can research it and get that it's always Jesus or it's always an angel. And I actually split them up because that seems to end at 9. And then there is, and behold, and hand touched me. It didn't say his hand touched me. Over here, it's his body, his face, his arms. And it doesn't say, and his hand touched me. So I believe he was with Jesus for a moment and passed out, and then an angel woke him up. And in the 24th day of the first month, as I was by side of the great river, which is Hiddekel, I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms as the feet like in the color of polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. Now, usually they just state that if this is Daniel or this is Michael throughout the Bible. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision. For the men that were with me saw not the vision, but the great quake fell upon them, so that they fled to hide themselves. Therefore I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness was turned into corruption, and I retained no strength. Yet I heard the voice of his words, and when I heard the voice of his words, then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face towards the ground. To me, that stops. And then you get, and behold, an hand touched me, which set me up on my knees and upon the palms of my hands. Now, again, that's just my opinion. Let God be true and every man a liar. It's just the way I see it. That's all. And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand upright. Now he's talking about the words he's about to speak. For unto thee I am now sent. And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.